Hey you guys, welcome back to K&KInspiredCreations with Latara. So today I'm going to show you guys how I made some cute little bee themed cake pops and some ice cream that I used the cake pops in, as well as my cookie jar that I used the cake pops in, and one last project that's just cute. And so today I'm going to be making some bee cake pops. So I basically started off with some air dry clay and then add a little bit of yellow paint. The air dry clay that I was using was Model Light. You can actually find it at Walmart. So I started to condition it really good. That helps with it so that it doesn't crack while drying. And then I just started to roll a couple of individual pieces into little balls. And then I found these little skewers at Dollar Tree as well. I sharpened one end of it because one end is already sharp, so that it can easily go into the styrofoam as well as easily go into the foam ball or the clay ball without messing up the structure of the circle. And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would highly advise you to subscribe. I make lots of cute little DIYs, fake bakes, and all kinds of stuff like that. So the next thing I did is I got me some black air dry clay. This air dry clay, I want to say that I got off of Temu, and it actually works really well. So I basically rolled it out, flattened it, and just started cutting little tiny strips. And the purpose of this was so that with the bee, I was making the black stripes that bees normally have. So I took some of my silicone glue and a paintbrush and just wiped it all over it so that I can easily adhere the black paint or the black strips to the yellow ball to make it look like a bee. And then I also cut off like a little small part to put on the back of it so that it can look like the little stinger. And then I'm also going to cut out some little tiny circles and then just add those to the front of it, and that will be the little eyeballs. These actually came out so freaking cute. Oh my goodness. I ended up doing about 5 of them because 3 of them are supposed to go on my beehive looking cookie jar, which I believe I'll show at the end. And then the other 2 are supposed to go on my bee themed ice cream, fake bake ice creams, which I will eventually show as well, probably on a different video. So now I'm going to make their wings. So I grabbed some more of that white air dry clay, the Model Light that I talked about earlier, smoothed it out, and then I took a cookie cutter that was in the shape of a heart. And then once I got a few of those, I ended up cutting off the bottom part of the heart and just using the top as the wings. And again, I use that silicone glue to adhere the little half a heart or top part of the heart to the bee. So today I'm going to be making some ice cream, bee theme to be exact. So I basically started off by painting these little clear bowls that I found at Dollar Tree. I think it came like 3 in a pack. So they were clear. I painted them yellow on the bottom. And then once it dried, I used some, I want to say it's called chalk paint, and then painted over the yellow with white so that you can really see the yellow. Then I grabbed some black air dry clay. This air dry clay I believe I got from Temu, and it works really great. And an ice cream mold that I also got from Temu, and just started making a whole bunch of black ice cream molds, if that makes sense. I definitely made sure that I conditioned each section of clay before putting it into the mold. That way when it dries, the clay, that way it doesn't dry and start to crack, because that's usually what happens. So I used some of my silicone glue, put it inside of the bowls, and then just started stacking my little ice cream scoops just the way that I thought would be cute. Then I had a little bit of this like orangey lemony color spackle or whipped topping left over, so I put that on top as a whipped cream. And then I'm making a honey drip, and so I used some Mod Podge, and then I also used some yellow and a really small amount of red food coloring. Mix it together, and then I'm going to end up just pouring that on top. I don't think I like the way this bowl looked with the ice cream in there, so I ended up adding just a couple more little ice cream scoops just to I guess make it look more symmetrical. I think it was leaning or something. I'm not really sure. And then added some more of the whipped topping. And so yeah, now I'm just adding that drip. And then I wanted to add some sprinkles, but I didn't want colorful sprinkles. I believe I only put white sprinkles. It was either white sprinkles or white and yellow sprinkles all over it. And as always want to take a moment just to thank you so much for taking time watching my videos. One of the last things I did was I added some glitter. So today I'm going to be decorating a bee-themed cookie jar that I found at Goodwill. I think it's a cookie jar. So I started off finding a foam round to fit into the top of it so that it could dummy it up so that I didn't have to use too much spackle. And some of the spackle that I made for my cake and other items, I just used what was left to cover that up. And then I also took the little bee cake pops that I ended up making and put them in there as well. You can definitely find my tutorial on how I made those on my YouTube channel. I took a couple of these flowers and put them on there too, just to spruce it up a little bit. Of course, I found some bees and put those on there as well. A little bit of glitter just to make it shimmer, and it's perfect. And since I still have some of that spackle left over, I decided to go ahead and decorate this bee sign that I found at Dollar Tree with the spackle. I added some of those bees to it and then added some glitter, and that was pretty much it. And so here's the final reveal. I hope you like all of the projects that I made today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Absolutely do not forget to leave me a comment. I love reading you guys' comments. And yeah, I just appreciate you so much. And as always, keep it sweet and keep it creative.